What's up, family? What's going on, y'all? Y'all come in. Come on in the room, family. Come on in the room. I know y'all used to having a 5 minute countdown, 5 minute video, but we're not gonna do none of that today. Cause we just gonna talk. So we're gonna give y'all a few minutes to come in. Give y'all a few minutes to trickle on in. If you don't trickle on in, we're just gonna bring on the boys, the brotherhood, and we just gonna talk. Sometimes healing only comes through conversation, only comes through talking, and then I definitely I need to be healed. So y'all come on in, let somebody know that we on, but let them know this ain't a typical truth moment podcast night. This ain't about relationships, or rather romantic relationships. This is about it's about the black community, about our people, about this country, about what's taking place in society, current events, and where do we go from here? So that's the type of episode we on tonight, guys. I just hope you can get with it. If not, I'm sorry. Catch us next time. I need to talk. And I got two of my brothers here with me. Two smart, intelligent men that's gonna help me process because I'm kind of stuck in my thoughts with everything that's been going on. You know, both of them are not new to the show. Been on the show time and time again. Intelligent brothers, deep brothers, great all around men. And I think they're going to help us and we're going to help them. And so, with no further ado, I'm going to bring on one of them while the other one's getting stuff together. This is, I call him Kev. He goes by Mr. Kevin at school. He's a well known educator in the city of Philadelphia, well loved, well respected. He's also a mentor and a life coach. He goes by on Instagram, Uncle Kev, and we're gonna add him to the show. I hope you guys are ready because it's about to get real. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? You can hear me,
man? Yeah, I hear you good. How you
okay,
doing,
man? I can't. I'm here. That's the best I could use to
That's
express.
I don't know, man. Like, you know, I'm gonna be honest while we wait for B. Like, this thing really has a hold on me, man. Like, it really, I don't know, and I've been trying to shake it, but I don't know. I don't know. How have you been able to process everything?
I haven't. I haven't. And the ironic thing is, I was in a professional development at work on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and the conversation was in reference to how teachers could build more authentic relationships with students to host community circles in their classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're discussing that, the facilitator decided to put gun laws as the topic for the live, like we'd like to model what we want the teachers to do, right? So she chose gun laws and listed 3 questions under that we were supposed to attack, right? And in the midst of me expressing, the disconnect between, plainly put, white teachers and black and brown students in terms of community references, we learned about the verdict for Rittenhouse. So I'm talking, and now I'm immediately angry. Like the inside of me was like boiling. And as she was like, okay. So, and then I was like, wait, I'm not done. And then I just kept, like, I had to throw it in there because I'm like, I don't get to not sit in it.
Right. Absolutely.
Everything about who I am is affected by that verdict. My students, their communities, their families, all of that is affected by that verdict. And if you think for 1 second, because you don't live in that community or live in their community, that you aren't directly impacted by the things that happen to them, then something's wrong. Absolutely. So I was sitting in all that, bro. And so to answer your question, I haven't been able to process. And I don't even want to get into the how America wants us and by us I mean black folk, to celebrate the verdict of the Ahmaud Arbery case,
Yep.
so that we can shut up about Rittenhouse and here you go, black people, here's your win until the next thing happens. You get what
Man,
I'm saying? Yeah, I don't
man,
even want to get into
man,
that.
man. It's like, okay, well, we're not going to give you this, so we're going to give you this,
We're
and
gonna give you
like,
this for now.
and right,
For now,
right.
just to shut you up.
I just I don't know, man. Like I'm all over the place. I'm gonna be honest. The True Homie podcast. We love you guys. Again, we know generally most of the time we talk about relationships, but I think moving forward, the way the world is going, we're gonna be as real and as true as possible. And I needed to have this night just to be here, just to vent,
Mm-hmm.
just free. So I asked my boys, my brothers, to come on so we can help process this thing together because I am so lost. So let's take it to the beginning. Kyle Rittenhouse is in Kenosha because a black man by the name of Jacob Blake
Mm-hmm.
shot 7 times and paralyzed by the police. Shot 7 times, paralyzed by the police over foolishness, over garbage, in front of his children, all this stuff. They protest, and the night of the shooting, he shoots 3 people. Now let me tell you how ignorant, bro. And I'm trying to fight tears because it's funny, but it's not funny. I seen the post today, or rather, someone's comment on someone's comment. Of course, someone of Caucasian persuasion. Say, well, what's all the fuss about? And then the person that was the person's status. What's the fuss about? Then the person that commented, evidently ain't here with us on Earth, said, "Oh, people are upset that this white boy killed 3 black guys who were chasing him down, trying to hurt him, and so he killed them in self-defense, and they mad when he did the right thing. Justice was served." And bro, I promise you, like I had to fight tears at work when I was looking at the post. I'm like, y'all just don't get it.
Right.
Y'all just don't get it. Just don't get it. Not only do you not get it, but he didn't shoot black guys. He didn't shoot our people. He didn't shoot anyone of color. He shot three white guys. Which this ain't even about race in regards to who was shot or who was killed. This is about race in regards to had it been the other way,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been so many more outcomes. And when you have
Mm-hmm.
someone who's clearly guilty, who's yo, bro, it's so crazy to me that this 18-year-old boy whose life, has so much life he's supposed to live, focus on school and all of those things. Uh, his mom takes him and drives him from one
Mm-hmm.
state
Mm-hmm.
to the next with a fully loaded
Mm-hmm.
rifle to peacefully protest. Come on, man. Y'all knew what y'all was going there for. You know what you was going there to to be a part of. And
But
then
what's even more crazy about it, bro, is that come here, boo boo. Sorry.
no, you good, brother.
What's even more crazy about it is that he had killed 2 people. A black man kicked him down to prevent him from killing some more people. Rittenhouse gets off scot free. Black man now has a assault charge. Make it make sense, bro. But we not supposed to be angry. We not supposed to be upset. We not supposed to, as a black coworker said on Friday, dwell on the things that happened to us. We're not supposed to continue to talk about the things that happens, quote unquote, to Black America as if they are not current. Rittenhouse is current. There will be another incident that's current that all ties to the things that our forefathers and our ancestors went through. So why are we not talking?
Right.
This is what frustrates me. And then we get in these spaces where black folk can't be authentic to themselves without being deemed angry or insubordinate or intolerable. Those things, like we get plagued with all these labels because we have feelings behind the things that are happening to our communities.
Absolutely. I want to say this, man, and I don't care how people take this. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I am downright hurt. I'm broken. I'm I'm distraught and I'm torn, not just because of what's taking place, but as a father, and I know Kev, you can relate to this on so many levels. As a father who has to wonder every day, how is this country going to take care or treat my child, my black
Right,
child,
right,
in the future? Now, we were thinking, years ago, our grandparents and great grands were thinking years ago that things would be better by now, that we wouldn't have all this social unrest and this great extent of racism that's as evident now as it was then. But it's even worse when you have a Trayvon Martin, a 17-year-old boy goes to the store to get a pack of Skittles in Arizona, walking home minding his business. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. And then for you to tell me that I can't say anything, or we can't speak up about it, or for there to be our people who say, "Hey, listen, bro, we can't stay here. We can't focus on
right,
this. We
right,
got no that like let me have let me have this moment. Let me feel what I'm feeling because I'm hurting. I'm hurting. I'm hurting on so many levels, bro. And I think this is why I wanted to talk. And I think, like you said, we don't do this publicly, so I think we should do a lot.
Come, beauty. Sorry, bro.
No, you good, bro. I think we should do this live because I think it's okay to say like, yo, I'm really messed up. So so
Close the door. Close the door, boo.
so a few. I don't know if you know the story. This was a New York story. A couple of years ago, a young black man named Khalif Browder was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, accused of stealing the book bag. Accused of stealing the book bag. Was sent to prison, Rikers Island. Sent to prison, Rikers Island, one of the most dangerous, tough, craziest prisons in the world. And because of his time in Rikers Island, now mind you, he suffers from mental illness, mental disorders, mental uh, deficiencies. Was put into the hole, put into solitary confinement and isolation for.
Sorry, bro. I'm so
No, you good.
sorry.
You good.
He was starved. He was beaten on numerous occasions by guards at 16. Got out and 2 years later killed himself because mentally he could not fathom life outside of prison. He could not function mentally. Sought help. Everything. Went to therapy. Got all the help he could get. And it still wasn't enough to keep him from fighting the demons placed upon him by the system at 16. And then here's the thing. Nobody's paying for it.
Nobody.
Nobody's paying for it.
Nobody.
Which means like that further tells us no matter what we do as black men to keep ourselves safe mentally, because more mentally than physical at all times. Like if we are ever mentally safe, then we don't have to worry about physical safety. Like, but no matter what we do as men to keep ourselves safe and sane, no matter what we do to stay out of the spotlight, no matter what we do to keep ourselves out of harm's way, keep ourselves from resulting to the things of the streets and of the world, we are still never going to be good enough. No matter my degrees, my accolades, no matter the businesses I build, no matter the lives I changed and saved, I'm still a black man in this country. And that's never going to be good enough for people.
Yeah.
People in power, I would say.
Right,
and the black folk who wish they were white. I call them one of them. I said that's how I refer. Oh, you one of them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you, man. It's just it's tough. So when you see and you hear and you you know what we've experienced and we lived through, not only with Khalif Browder, but with people like Centoya Brown, who was a
Oh,
victim,
right.
who was a victim,
Who defended herself.
like you claim he did, and you sentenced her to 51 years
Insane, bro.
at 16. 51 years.
Insane.
Oh man, you can't tell me this thing ain't about race, ain't about the color of our skin, ain't about keeping us oppressed. And it's bad enough that we still, and I'm gonna say this, and me and my wife saying, "Oh, don't say that," but no, it's true. It's bad enough that we still don't like us. It's bad enough that we still have issues with us. It's bad enough that we still can accept us. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
To have to fight not only the demons that's chasing us, but to fight us and then fight them. It's a lot, man. Like, yo, I really found myself this week, bro. I promise you. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you what I said. I'm gonna tell you what I said. I ain't tell my wife I said this. But I said maybe we should all just go back to Africa. That's what I said. That's like this is where I was this week, trying to just process.
but we were never there. That's the thing. This country is ours. There will be no America had it not been for black folk. Christopher Columbus discovered it, but he ain't laid the land.
Right. Absolutely.
He just said, "Oh, boom, let's get it." Stole it from indigenous people. Stole the land. White folk been taking stuff from the start of this country, bro. Stole slaves from another country to come. No, sorry. Stole royalty from another country. Made us slaves to come here and build a country. Build a country. And then tell us we don't have no rights to it? Get out my face, bro. That is by the grace of God that I don't hate white people. And not all white people are bad. Some of the most prominent figures in my life are white, have been a white man and a couple white women. And we can't.
You didn't discover anything
at all. He stole it. Yes. I just don't understand. I really don't understand. And it's frustrating because it's like every time we start, we get paused. And every time we pick it up again, we go right back to the beginning. And then I'm here in North Carolina and I just read Philly we just reached 500 murders. So here's another thing that we fight. We fight against the system who was never built to protect and defend us. And because of that, we have become accustomed as a people in managing and handling things in our own communities ourselves. As a result of that, like the government had for years dropped all these hazardous things in our communities and expected us to deal with it. Drugs, the crack epidemic, that came from the government.
Absolutely.
Went to these impoverished communities and put this here, see what they do with it. Boom, that created a thing within itself, right? Then you got all these, I can't even say gun laws because there aren't any. All these violent acts by guns, and nobody's doing anything about it. But you continuously make it easy for people to buy guns in these communities, right? There are more gun shops and dispensaries in urban communities than there are anywhere else in this country, right? And then you wonder why we are so angry. And then so you strip us of the things that belong to us.
Mm-hmm.
You place hazardous things in our communities, restrict us of resources, and then wonder why there's such a high volume in crime, because that's also a response to survival of the fittest. Everybody has to get it, right? And I got to get it before he gets it, or me and my people don't get it. And that's not, I'm standing firm and saying that's not, we don't intend to be black on black crime ain't because black folk intended to hurt black people. Absolutely. Everybody's trying to survive, and this is how we do it. Over the years, now currently, I can say there's a lack of intelligence and a lack of care in how we best take care of each other as a people. There's a lack of people seeking mental help. There's a lack of people being honest about where they are. There's a lack of people not being loyal enough to the people in their lives saying, yo, you need mental help, right?
Right.
That's why we have these things happening. Everything comes from the buildup of this country. They want us to take care of ourselves. Read the Willie Lynch letter.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, man. Listen, he writes that letter, writes that book in 1700, and says, "Listen, if you follow these instructions, I'll help you keep the black people, or the niggers rather, enslaved for another
Mm-hmm.
300 years."
Yep.
We wonder why we here we are. We still, bro. It bothers me when I hear people say, "Oh, she fine for a dark skin," or "He's handsome for like." We're so messed up mentally on so many different levels, so many different levels, and we don't realize it that so many things are normal. That so what's dysfunctional has become normal, and
Mm-hmm.
what is supposed to be a normality in our lives or in our homes or in our families or in the lives of our children, we call weird,
Mm-hmm.
and we down those things. So you go ahead. You was about to say something, bro?
No, I was just thinking about, I was translating what you were saying into how I'm purposely, like, as my daughter grows older, intentionally teaching her what beauty is from the inside. And one of the ideas that I have is I want to take an image of her face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want it on different canvases in different skin tones and different hair textures. And I want her to be able to see herself beautiful no matter what skin she's in, right?
Right.
Um, exposing her to black women of all different kinds, right? Um, and letting her know that no matter what she looks like, she's beautiful, right? And that you look this way now, but when you're daddy's age and mommy's age, your looks are going to change a lot. Even in that, you're beautiful, right?
Mm-hmm.
To know that when she starts school, and when we get to the age where we start to compare ourselves to other people, no matter what she sees in comparison, she's still beautiful, and she needs to know that. And bro, I'm so grateful to be a part of your support system, because the way you are raising your sons won't be as simple as it is for me raising my daughter. The beauty in that is that we stay connected to each other, and I can say, you see how Uncle Mel did to cousin Mel, to cousin Micah and cousin Jaden. You see how he raises them. You need to, like, think about young boys like that. That's who you go after. Those kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about daddy. Think about the men in your life. Like, and then you model the men you want after those men, right? Of course, they won't be perfect
Right.
according to us,
Absolutely.
but I just think about so many different ways our communities fail young people, and how we continue to see verdicts the way that we do in this country, because they every time we like, white folks say do this, we do it, right? 10 times better than they anticipated for us to do it. And by the time we reach its completion, they have already changed the narrative of how it should look. So it's almost as if we did nothing at all,
Right.
right? That's the country we live in. I said in the store today in front of a whole lot of people, this is America. They never meant it for us.
Right.
Never meant it for us. And it's crazy. It's crazy. No matter what we do, we're not good enough.
Kim says, but it starts with us first. If we don't teach our children morals, principles, integrity, and self worth, the TV, music, and other entertainment will teach them. Toxic is popping. Kim, I agree. Let me tell you something, Kim. Let me tell you. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be 100%.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is one of the I almost said the D word, but one of the best educators in the
Oh,
state
wow.
of Pennsylvania,
Wow. Thank you, bro.
specifically in the city of Philadelphia. One of the best. I'm not saying that because he's my brother, but I'm saying it because go to his Instagram and you'll see the impact that he's had on countless of black, white, Hispanic, Latino, whatever, right? But in our conversations, he sees something from the educational role that I see from the spiritual, and is that there's something missing in the home. So a lot of times we send our kids to school, just like on Sundays we send our kids to church, and we never follow up with what was taught in the school, or we never plant the seed first before they get to the school or before they get to the church. And so we see now that our kids are growing up living lives or acting in ways or getting involved in things that we don't think is for our children, but that's because we planted no seed. We put nothing in them. We expect the pastor to do it. We expect the teacher to do it. But Kim, it starts at home. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care whether you have just mommy or just daddy, or you have both mommy and daddy. ABCs should start at home. We don't steal, we don't lie, we tell the truth, even if it hurts. That should start at home. And a lot of times now in society, we become so focused on what everyone else is doing that, and I can testify because this is what I've done at times. We've let our children slip through the cracks.
Yeah. Yep.
We let our kids go. We let our kids down. We dropped the ball. We dropped our children, focusing on everything else, but them. And so we're going to get our communities back together, and that's what I think we need to have happen. We've got to start at home. Every mom, every dad has to take back the power of his house, of her home, whether it's conflict for weeks or months at a time, or your child accepts what you're saying, but you need to take back that power and lay the foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult. It sucks.
It is.
It
It's
sucks.
and then
You know,
it's I think the scariest part is that even in the truest part of the conversation, people still won't get it.
yeah, yeah.
And that's the scary part.
I think, bro. I think God. I grew up when I grew up. I thank God I grew up when I grew up.
Right.
Because if my dad or my mom couldn't reach me, there was somebody in the community that could. There was somebody in the circle of my parents that was able to have an impact and have an effect on me. But somewhere along the line, we got from it takes a village to raise a child to you can't say none of my kids. You can't tell me how to raise my kids. You can't say anything. And if we try to give
You know.
positive instruction, you know what I'm saying? It's looked at who you think you are. You know what I'm saying? And so here's my question, and this is for everyone that's watching. What is it going to take for us to get back to that each
All
one
right.
reach one?
Go ahead.
Because we say each one should reach one, and we should have our brothers' backs when it comes to supporting our businesses, when it comes to buying T-shirts, when it comes to buying hoodies. But we don't really want that when it comes to the betterment of our children. So what is it going to take for us to get to that each one teach one and get our communities where we need to go?
That's good, bro. And I think what is to answer that question is just going to take enough people being tired and wanting to do something about it. I get tired of people saying, "This is what it is, man. They this and they this," but what are you doing to change it? Like, I hate people that's all talking, no action. Like, shut up. It's either put up or shut up. That's how I feel. Like, you're either going to say what's needed and be a part of the solution, or shut up and maintain the order of being the problem. Like, and that goes for everybody. Like, if you're not doing your part to make the change, and it goes at this point, talking about it is not enough.
Yeah.
Sitting at the table is not enough. Like,
Can
you
can
you
can we be real?
yeah.
Just praying. Just
Yeah,
say,
for
oh, let's
real, bro.
that ain't like yo, like come on. Kevin tell you I pray more than most. And just praying ain't enough. Riddell, how you doing? We love you so much. We really gotta we really gotta do something. We really have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Because what's gonna happen is someone else is gonna get hurt, someone else is gonna get killed, someone else is gonna get paralyzed,
Yeah.
and then we all gonna come together. And I love to see us come together, but we're gonna come together in that moment, and then when the new Jordan comes out or when the new whatever drops, we're gonna forget about the movement and go back to where it was that we were.
Yep. I think
And
about my role as an educator, and the more I think about it, the more I understand. Like, although my position is needed and necessary in the school, in order for there to absolutely be change, people like me who are radical educators are going to start to have to take up the policy. We're going to have to be at the table with the people who make up the educational policy, the procedures, the curriculums, all of those things. Because if we want real change in the classrooms and in the school building, we're going to have to be at the table of the people who create what's the standard for those who are in the classrooms. And 9 times out of 10, the folk who create the standard don't know the students we teach. What's the matter?
absolutely, absolutely.
Come in. Come on, children.
I think I think I think that's important, but I think there's going to be a rise of black teachers in the schools across the country, right? But I think with the rise of black teachers in schools across the country, I also think there's going to be an attack on the teachers. It's the same way that the lawyers said we don't want no more black pastors. Don't let no more black pastors come in here. I think there's going to be an attack on black teachers. I got a couple of friends in New York that's facing I guess you can call it repercussions for speaking out. They
Mhm.
were told, by administration, hey, we don't want you discussing this with your students. We don't want you talking about this. You know what I'm saying? And they did. And now here they are, you know what I'm saying? They were spoken to by their principal. You know what I'm saying? About so how do you prepare to shape the minds of the future? How do you prepare to impact the community when your livelihood could be at stake because of your desire to help the people? You muted, bro.
I think that's the question. The question is how, right? Um, we we know the stop, y'all. It's okay, y'all share. Sorry. We
It's all
um we know the problems. How do we fix that? Hold on.
Uncle Kev was on Daddy and Uncle Duty, y'all. So y'all gotta excuse him. We need to be a unit like the Jewish community. They are together on everything, and America respects it. Listen, they are together on everything, and America does respect it. The issue is that we're always going to have an issue of uniting us. We're always going to have an issue of
Get up.
bringing,
Get up.
as
Come lay
sad
on
as
the
it is. You know what I'm saying? As terrible as it is. For some reason, it's just like we can't, we won't. You know what I'm saying? Come together. I don't know, man. Like I don't know. We need to come together if we want our children, our children's children, and our children's children's children to have a decent future in this country. We have to come together. Can we is the question, and then how? Because, like you said, Kim, pride and egos. Who's going to take an L for the sake of the people in this day and time? Everything is about the social media platforms and the notoriety and having your name called and being seen. But I don't know. I don't know. And I hate to sound like, someone going through so much, but I am someone going through so much. I'm a black man in this country trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it. I'm a father trying to figure out what kind of country this is going to be for my boys. And like it's tough. It's really tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough on so many levels. It's tough on so many levels.
I agree with this comment she made. The only difference is America respects it. America wouldn't respect what we did. I strongly believe, even no matter how strong we band as a community, I think there'll always be a plight against us that we won't make it. But so far, come here, Avery.
Absolutely. Look at what happened at the last Million Man March. A million more. there were protesters with guns, and like we were just walking,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, not doing
Mm-hmm.
anything, just together, and not all of us, but it's always going to be an attack against our people. It's always going to be an issue with our people. It's always going to be uh, them against us. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And them against us doesn't even look the same way, like we were saying earlier, for those just coming on, because they have so many of us that they hired, so many of us that are still slaves to them mentally, that are working against us. People like what's her name? I forgot the lady's name. My God, Crystal, or whatever her name is.
Who?
What's the black I forgot her name. She's always on CNN saying,
Candace Owens. That.
yeah, yeah, huh. You know what I'm
Ooh!
saying? People like her. You know what I'm
Woo!
saying? That they have paid really well to be the one that says all the things that hurt our movements, that hurt our growth, that hurt our progress. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and it's hard. It's really hard, man.
It is. It is. And I think
Simone, what's going on, Simone? Riddell, what's going on, Riddell? Stephen, my brother.
and being seen for what and for why. True story. True story. Yeah, that's how I feel too. And if I ever met her in person, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. How the audacity. I think if she could flaunt blonde hair, she would.
Oh, definitely.
Nothing about her wants to be black. She's mad she has to look like that and feel the way that she does. I feel like if she could bleach her skin and look like a white woman, she would. Hey, ask Lil' Kim what she did.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna get Aries out of my car. Okay,
It's crazy. Listen, I don't know, man. Like, so, Stephen, Kim, Simone, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is going to take for us to rebuild our community, to restore the community, for us to be as powerful? I remember when I was a little kid, the black community was so powerful that when one person in the community needed something, they all banded together.
Yup.
Miss Rosie on the corner, her husband died. They all gave money. They all made dishes. They all took the kids. They all, you know what I'm saying? Like, what
Yup.
is it going to take for us to get back there?
It was so much cohesiveness. It was, and even with if one elderly woman on the block said something, it went for every child, and every parent on that block understood it.
Absolutely.
If Miss B sent you home, you know to go home. And if you don't go home and grandma be like, Miss B sent you, then you get it from Miss B and you get it from grandma.
Right.
Like, ain't no games.
I don't know. We're missing that. We're missing that. We're missing that. Do you think we have? Do you think that leadership is a problem, bro? Because sometimes I wonder if what if Martin and Malcolm were still here?
I don't think it's so much leadership. I think some way. Well, no, I rephrase. I changed that. Yes, I think leadership is the problem. The lack of it, I should say. We went from being everybody's all in to minding our business. And I think this is the one time where we can't mind our business because all of it is our business. And I feel like we think a large majority of us thinks that if it's not impacting us directly, then that's not our business. Which is why when there's something happening in Flint, Michigan, there should be buses and planes coming from all over the United States in these black communities to support Flint, Michigan. Not saying that it isn't, but we need to be presented in numbers at large. We need to be able to say like I'm okay with missing a day of work or a week of work to go fight for this so that I'm in a better position to build my own so I don't have to clock nobody else's time. You know what I'm saying? Or that my daughter's 2, by the time she's my age, most of what's accessible to her is because her dad put himself in a position and her mom put themselves in a position to fight against what the system said we couldn't have and couldn't be. but built it for her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't think we have enough people in radical leadership. We have leaders, but we have the quiet ones. And most often they live in pulpits, they live on blocks that, they wear uniform. We have the systemic leaders. We don't have
Right.
radical leaders. We need radical leaders. You get Daddy Madison? Yes. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
but I believe willing to sacrifice and being consistent always. I think I think we all know the plan. I think you know what I'm saying. I just think we got a long way to go.
Right.
I think we got a long way to go. I'm telling you, I'm heartbroken.
But
I'm
we have to start though, bro. I'm pissed. I'm more angry than I am broken or sad. I'm pissed because why does this keep happening to us? And the moment we decide to respond, even if it's just verbal responses, we are still fighting against the truth of our narratives. Like we're still left to believe that we should. Okay, y'all. Like that's one case. Like I don't care what nobody say. That verdict came out the way that it did to hush us up
bro.
for the time being.
So let's make this as vivid image as can be. So while the judge is talking, his phone rings, and it's the theme song that was played when Trump came out at every speech, every rally, at every presser that he was going to talk at. It was that song. You know what I'm saying? Not only was it that song, but he let Rittenhouse go,
Mm-hmm.
and then within a week's time, Rittenhouse, Rotten Mouse is taking pictures with Trump and saying it being called, a great American. If oh God, if we don't
And what
see
he did was in self-defense. After he killed two people,
self-defense.
self-defense. But a guy kicked him down to keep him from killing somebody else, and he has an assault charge. A black man, but this 17-year-old who was told he was told to stand down. Why wasn't he shot and killed? Not saying he deserved to die, but had that been a black man, he wouldn't have had a chance to lift the rifle. He'd have been gone.
Absolutely.
The assumption would have been that he was there to kill, and they would have killed him before he was able to kill somebody else.
Absolutely.
Insane.
Absolutely.
Hi.
It's
I want to
ridiculous,
be
man.
angry with her body.
It makes you want to fight people, man. Like,
No,
but imagine hearing that and sitting in a space with white people who really don't want to see our kids do well and having to eat that because you can't really say what you want to say without being an angry black man. Why is it that when I talk with passion, I'm loud and I'm angry? Why isn't it assumed? Why isn't the assumption it's passion?
Absolutely. Because our passion is their pain.
Yeah.
Our
And they
passion
don't like
is
to
so
sit in that.
powerful.
White fragility.
Right. Absolutely. Steffa says, we got some radical leaders, but not enough. The mind, our business hurts us within families, communities, in every region and nationally. I feel like black folks in the last 50 years really had self-preservation drilled in hard, and we only pop out of it when something flashes on the news screen or our timeline. Okay, y'all, keep building and talking through it. Peace. Stefan, we love you, bro. We love you, man, and I appreciate you being with us. You know what I think sometimes, I'm gonna be honest. I think because some of us have gotten to a certain wealth status that our goal or our mission has not been the movement, but it's been money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that back in the day, everybody was struggling. Back in the day, everybody was feeling the same, the pain financially, not having enough of this, not having enough of that. So now that some people have made it to where they don't struggle or they don't see a financial struggle, that they forgot that there's still a group of people they're supposed to reach back for and help pull forward. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, yo. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a broken clock. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And yeah, I needed some help. I needed some help to get through this.
I just think we gotta. This reminds us, like, it's a reminder to always be in a position to fight because it's not going to stop, bro.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop. There'll be more verdicts the same way. There'll be more incidents where the white man gets off and the black man gets the charge, or the black man dies and the white man goes home. It'll be more instances like that. And people can say you sound racist, you sound prejudiced, you sound anything. Black people can't be racist, point blank, period. And if folk don't believe me, look up the term and then understand where I'm coming from.
Exactly.
And so it's just like me continuously beating you while you're wet with a belt and telling you not to scream because it doesn't hurt. Or when you're crying, telling you to shut up before you give me something to cry for.
Right.
Like you didn't already make me cry, right? No, mommy, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna get the bed.
You bringing up people's traumas.
That was mine too. But that is the equivalent of those things, bro.
It's true.
It's the equivalent of those things. Kill, arrest. But don't y'all talk about it because it's not that bad.
Right.
At least we gave y'all one.
But that's the crazy thing. If the shoe was on the other foot and Ahmaud Arbery had been a white man and it was 3 black guys, there would be no trial.
Right.
There would be no need for a trial. There would be no need for defense attorneys and prosecution and all that stuff because it would be a done deal. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming on tonight with us. So much more I wanted to say. I got a paper full of notes and stuff I want to talk about. So much more, but I don't want to make you guys. I don't make you guys mess up cooking your Thanksgiving turkey, the greens, and getting your mac and cheese ready for tomorrow.
Right.
I know you guys are preparing for Thanksgiving, but listen, I want to say this, and I want to say this to my people. I know there's going to be some other races and other people watching this, but they used to sing a song back in the day that said, "We shall overcome." And I do believe that one day we shall overcome, but I want you to hear me clearly. We don't overcome if we don't do it together. We don't overcome if we're not helping each other. We don't overcome if we're not coming together. And if we are going to overcome, if we are going to get what we deserve in this country, we have to do it together. We've got to get back to the mindset of Martin and Malcolm and Rosa and the rest of them, that if it hurts one, it hurts all of us. And if it helps one, it helps all of us. So that's my truth. We're gonna let Uncle Kez, Mr. Kevin Gold, the educator of the year. We're gonna let him close out. Yeah, Brody.
A small battle helps us win the war. So if we look at it that way, look at the big picture is winning the war. And if we understand that each battle will contribute to whether or not we win or lose, your personal attachment to that is what battles are you fighting? Not what war did you win? What battles are you fighting? And I think when it comes to systemic racism, institutionalized racism, oppressions, any systems of oppression, every battle is worth fighting.
Yeah.
Every battle is worth fighting. So, okay. So, justice for Ahmaud Arbery. Pray for people like Kyle Rittenhouse because he'll give him a permission to pray for people like him, and just understand, like, as persons of color in this country, our fight never ends. Our fight never ends. We're not just fighting for ourselves; we're fighting for the lives of children who are going to need to know. They're going to need us to be who the MLKs were to us, and the Malcolm X's were to us, and the Al Sharptons and Jesse Jacksons and all of those great Fannie Lou Hamers and Ella Bakers. They're going to need all of them. They're going to need us to be replicas of them. who our grandmothers were and our grandfathers were to us. We're gonna have to do that. So don't miss the fight, y'all. Fight every battle.
Fight every battle. Listen, Stokely Carmichael said, and we're gonna end like this, because this ain't a regular Truth Moment podcast episode. Stokely Carmichael said this: our grandfathers had to run, and my generation's out of breath, and we ain't running no more. We're here to fight. We're here to work. And we're here to make it better for our children. We love you guys. Peace. Have a great night. Have a happy holiday. And we'll see
Later,
you
everybody.
soon.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Same here, Turkey Land.